Well, here we are. The intro just didn't want to cooperate. Don't know why, but that's okay. Makes no difference. We're still here. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for popping into Bourbon Neophyte tonight. It's always great to have you all here. I'm sure you had seen the thumbnail, and so you all know what that means. Forgotten but not gone. It's the third time I've done it, and this is by request. Um, so basically, what you're going to do, you don't have to, but what the whole thing about this stream is, like I've done the other two, is we all buy whiskey. Imagine that. And we open bottles, we sample them, we enjoy them, we put them on the shelf, and then what do? We buy more whiskey, right? Yeah. And what do? We open them, we sample them, we enjoy them, and we put them on the shelf, and then we buy more whiskey. Well, as I've said time and time again, they just get pushed to the back and get a little further in the back, a little further in the back. Not that they were bad or anything like that. We had good intentions on getting to them. We just, for some reason, go for a while. And I pulled out a couple bottles here that I will say it's at least a year or more. It could be two. Um, the last time I cracked any one of these three bottles. And it's just time to go back on the shelf, pull these things off. And they're literally dusty. I mean, I can't believe that I haven't wiped them off in a minute, but apparently I have not. And I decided, well, we're going to go ahead and do this stream since it was a request. And I'm like, okay, well, that is exactly what we're going to do tonight. The only thing I noticed too, I did not do, which I shall here in a moment. And I also noticed I forgot to do one other thing, but that is my fault. It is okay as long as it does not get in the way. Thank you, Douglas, for putting something in chat so I could move that up and pin it. I was just getting ready to type something, so thank you. But let's do the most important thing here, and let me get back over to chat and say hello to everybody. And again, Doug, thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, that was perfect timing, and you didn't even know you did it, but that was perfect. I did pin the link up in chat if anybody feels like popping on for a little bit and grabbing a bottle that you haven't had for a while and opening up and having a dram. Hope you guys are doing that. And if you are, let me know what you're drinking. Hey, Eric. Cheers, man. Hope you are doing well. Always great to see you here. And of course, from across the pond over there in the UK, cheers, man. I always appreciate it when I get you over here. It's always nice to have the UK represented over here on Bourbon Neophyte. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, Josh, don't forget, send me your information. You got my account. I've been thinking about some nice whiskeys that will help you into that world of peat. And they're not monsters by any means. By any means. But anyway, great to have you here, man. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for popping in here. And then look at this right here. There you go. Sean, appreciate you. Thanks for popping in. Always great to have you here. Oh, Donner Pass, what is up? Cheers, brother. I've seen you on other streams and popping around, but if you were on my stream last week or a week before and I missed you, I am so sorry, man. But it's always a pleasure to have you around here. Thank you. Appreciate you. And of course, I cannot forget Peter White. When Peter's here, not only of the UK, we've got Canada represented. Appreciate that. I can't guarantee Greg's Whiskey Guide will be here. It is really late over there in France where he is at. But again, I love it when our international people pop in here like them, and Cooler Running in Ireland. It's it's nice to have these other places represented when we really jump into whiskey discussions, because I love hearing what's happening in other places other than our little corner of the world here in the US. So really appreciate you guys, honestly do. And there she is, enjoying her uh, riverfront property, was that temporarily? Yeah. Hey, enjoy it while you can. But great stream. I'm sorry I was lurking on it the most of the time. Was just trying to get some things done here, but I appreciate you, Stacy. And if I don't think there's anybody in here that's been popping up that is not subscribed to Stacy, but you have to. When I tell you she has got to be the authority on Irish whiskey, I'm not joking. I am not joking. And if you ask her, she has received texts from me about whiskey, especially Irish. Hey, what about this? What about that? She is the guru. So definitely slap her stuff. Oh, I knew you did it. I was just like, oh my gosh, did I miss it? Eric Gunderson, thank you very much. There we go, 4-leaf. But I've got to call somebody else out because I have not seen this pop up in a minute. When this man graces this channel, it's like, holy smokes, the man, the myth, the legend, Storytime Distillery. Let me tell you what, folks, there is no better whiskey than this man's whiskey. And he knows there is not one, well, there's a few, but my favorite whiskey to drink besides other people's is Shane's whiskey. I'm telling you what, when I get to drink his whiskey, I am just happier than a hog in the mud. I'm telling you. But it's always great to see Storytime, aka Shane, floating around here. I didn't get that call on that little vacation down south there, Shane. I was waiting. I was ready. I had my hair done up, put my good hat on and everything, but nothing. Nothing. But that's okay. I know you were busy. Dude, you know I appreciate you, man. Really do. Really do appreciate you. And if you guys don't know, they really do come up with some damn tasty whiskey. And I know you guys heard me talk about Christmas. Christmas, not the season, but whiskey Christmas. That's the guy that came up with it right there. That one right there. If you don't know, right there. That was the, gotta been like the all, my almost, gotta be my old favorite whiskey. I told him that. It It was phenomenal. I talk about it all the time. Those of you that still have the precious juice left, and I'm sure it's drops, know exactly what I'm talking about. That stuff was absolutely amazing. Never tasted anything like it. But anyway, always great to have story time here. I mean, always great. Anyhow, so everybody knows what's up, what's going on. Did I see Eric? Did I see Eric plop up here? If I missed him, I'm sorry. Eric, are you floating around here, Thompson? Yes, yes, yes. And just so you guys know, I'm not responsible. I am not responsible. I told that to Mike. So I am not responsible. It's not my fault. Eric can screw it up all by himself. He does not need my help. But yes, he's there. I know he had done a little test stream. If any of you caught that, I was like, live wire, live, what? And then there you go. He was seeing if he got it down pat. And he did. We seen it. So there he goes. Hey, Bourbon Baller. Cheers, man. Great having you here. And of course, Richie Z, you know I can't forget about you, brother. Always appreciate it when Richie Z's in the house. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, like I was saying, we all have these whiskeys. Let me get a glass. Imagine that. I keep a few right here. We all have whiskeys that, for what reason, they just get pushed back on the shelf because we get more and more and more. Trust me, I know. But one of my favorites, and, there's still a very good bottle, is the Redwood Empires. Why I haven't went back to like Pipe Dream, Emerald Giant, Lost Monarch here. Okay, you all know these. I just don't have another hand to hold it up, but I got it. And I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit and Lost Monarch and relive the experience. They're great whiskeys. When I bought these bottles, They might have been right around $30, $32, like 32.99, something like that, years ago. I mean, they're really good. They're really good whiskeys. I mean, I like them. They're not a high proofer. What are they? 95? Oh, God, I can't even read that anymore. We're 45 ABV. Okay. Yeah. They're not, you know, they're not killers by any means, but they're good whiskeys. As a matter of fact, I'm going to open up the Lost Monarch. I actually had to turn these things to the side before the stream so I could get the kuka loose, the cork loose in them. They were pretty tight. There we go. Let me get a little going here. Now, no, well, I don't want to say no. I may have Bourbon Baller. I have forgotten because I know it's talking about like some of the other ones that have come out. People have dropped off samples, but hell, I don't remember. But I know everyone talks about it, so I'm not going to say I haven't. But I really can't remember. But I'm going to pour a little of the Lost Monarch right now and give that a taste and a go. I said I hope you guys are doing the same. But again, do what you'd like. Oh my gosh. Do what you like. This is nice. You know what? Didn't you talk about something about the crowdfunding thing at that place last week, James? Oh, you're welcome. Hey, looky. So tonight, since you just popped in here, is just go grab a bottle that you know you haven't touched in 30, 60, 90 days, 365 days. That's what we're pulling out. Forgotten but not gone whiskeys right here. Ugh, amazing. As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, speaking of Shane's whiskeys, oh shit. Speaking of Shane's whiskeys, that reminds me. I think I actually have some at hand, and I haven't had it for a minute. So I may have to pull one of those damn things out. Okay, that's right. Yes. That's what I was thinking. That's what you were talking about. There you go. Old Soul. You know, I've got a bottle of that I've never opened. You just reminded me. I do. I'm pretty sure I got a bottle of Old Soul for some reason. It's where in the hell is that? I think I do. Shit. Anyway, let me get a little sip here. Mm. Man, that's just a this is a good porch sitting and sipping whiskey. Lost Monarch by Redwood Empire. Flavorful, good. Kentucky Owl. What is wrong with my speech today? Kentucky Owl Batch 10, not 10-year. Understood. Understood. Mm-mm-mm. MGP is good juice. I don't know what Ross and Squibb's going to do to it, but it's good juice. You know, Smoke Wagon, one of my favorite local distilleries here in Las Vegas. I like their juice. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to remember the last time I had a little Smoke Wagon, and I've got probably 6 or 8 bottles sitting right up here. But anyway, I'm going to have to look at something here in a minute. I'm just going to have to do it. I'm going to have to look at something in a minute because I'm pretty sure I got some of Shane's whiskey close at hand. And it might even be an Eagle Rare. Or no. No, excuse me. E.H. Taylor. I don't know why I said Eagle Rare. Same distillery, but uh, I might have some of that. I'm gonna have to take I'm gonna have to take a C. You know what? I got it. Have got bottles I've had for a couple years, and I don't ask me why. I just haven't gotten open. Just never got around to it. But I'm determined. I am determined to do it. But I'm telling you, this is just a really nice sipping and sharing whiskey. Yes, yes, sir, I can. For you, I would be more than happy to confirm that for you. Hold on here. How's that? How's that for confirmation? Right there. Boom. There you be. I don't think I can confirm it any better. Mm, mm, mm. Ah, okay. Were you able to get it, Josh? Oh, yeah. Everybody has the bar staples that live on your bar. And, one of the ones for me is Lagavulin 16, is Lafroig 10, is Ardbeg 10. Just in the peated realm. In the unpeated is your classic Lottie. Uh, Glenfiddich 12 for me is, God, I've got one open and I've got a backup. I mean, I'm not without it. It's an inexpensive whiskey, but to me, it's just good and has some flavor and it's affordable. I love that stuff. Oh yeah, it's funny you should say that, but yes, this conversation came up a little while ago and it just kind of fell back into my head. But yeah, I've got Bookers up there. One, two, three, four, five, two, three, four, five or six up there. Uh, yeah, I'm going to open them. I've got them 3, 4 years ago. I've got Elmer T. Lee. I've got Stag, GTS. Yeah, open the damn things. Open the damn things. At least say you taste them, and then if you want, share them with people. Let them do it too. What the hell? It's good stuff. It truthfully is, and yep, I totally got what you're saying. Thank you, sir. A Belvini 21 Portwood. Now, some people really like that Belvini finished in with that finish on there. I haven't tried it. It's like anything. Do you like, let's just say, like a sherry finish? Do you like a wine finish? You either do or you don't. And I don't think I've heard anything bad about it at all. I don't think I have. So I would say, yeah, go for it. Hey, David. Cheers, man. Uh, don't know if I missed you earlier or something like that, but appreciate you being here. Thank you. And it's the Forgotten But Not Gone. Grab a bottle that you darn well know you have not touched in a dog's age, and you have no reason other than I've just been drinking other things. You grab that, give yourself a pour. There you go. That's the whole premise of this, to get you back on your shelf. Reach in that back, pull out that bottle, wipe off that dust, tilt it over, work that cork a little bit back, and pour yourself 2 fingers and sit back and enjoy. because we all got a lot of good whiskeys. We just don't get around to it as often as we should. So this is the chance. This is the chance. Yep, that's what I figured you meant. You had it on the way. That's what I figured you meant. But, for me, you mentioned sherry, and it's pretty much take my money. Pretty much take my money. Well, me too, 43, 46 would be nice, but when you get into the older whiskeys, 40 is pretty much the standard. 43, you'd be lucky. But yes, they all kind of get that way on there. Oh, that Speyburn 18. I tell you what. Oh, God, I've got the 16 and the 10. Oh, my gosh, they're phenomenal Donner Pass. Phenomenal whiskeys. Really, they are. I have not had the Speyburn in a minute. You may you may actually get me to join you in a Speyburn. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Ah, sorry. But it's just good whiskey. It's simple. It's sweet. It's how do I say this? And I don't mean it bad. It's nothing that's like, oh my gosh, spectacular. It's just a nice sipping whiskey. And like most of you, I'd like it to be just a little more proofy, but that's not how any of this was designed. That's just not how any of this works. Isn't that how the commercial goes? It's just not how it works. This is just plain good, though. Just plain good whiskey. Ooh, I hope an older Booker's measures up. It's been a couple of lunches so I poured a Henry 2023 anniversary blend Wisconsin bourbon. Oh, okay. J. Henry. All right. But you know what, Richie? Like I said, we all got this whiskey. It's good whiskey, but for just some strange reason, it just got pushed out of our reach, and we've been continuously grabbing other things. It's time to pull this stuff out. We paid good money for it. Let's enjoy it together. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cheers, sir. I knew you'd be here, and I'm like, well, maybe he sat down to the supper table there, and he is chowing down on something before he comes. So, Mr. Mom, if you haven't been a part of one of these streams, what we do is you've got bottles that you just haven't touched for a while for what reason, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Reach back, pull one of those out or two of them out, and that's what we're doing. I started with something I haven't touched in, I think it's closer to 2 years, but just a little Redwood Empire Lost Monarch. That's what I poured. I've got the other ones here. I just haven't got to them in a minute, but they're one of my favorite budget bourbons. I mean, I think they're good for, I don't know, I know they're under $40 still a bottle. So sipping, uh, they're nice sipping whiskeys. And I just haven't touched them in a minute. In a minute. And I'm trying to think. I think it was Sugar Kitty. Got me on the topic of Woodenville. And anyhow, uh, I'm like, ooh, Woodenville. And so there's dust on this bottle, but I told him, I said, this is a pick. And I've showed it before. This is a pick I got from Liquor Lineup a couple of years ago. This is a nice bottle of Woodenville. I don't like standard shelf Woodenville. And what I mean by that is like your standard shelfer Jack Daniels Jim Beam. But the picks coming in at, 117 proof. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. These things got flavor. They got some punch. They got some body. They got some depth. It's a nice whiskey. It is a nice whiskey. So that gave me my first inkling about the stream. And then Z-Man was talking to me and he said the same thing. And then out of the blue, somebody mentioned something along the same lines. Anyway, boom, here we are. Oh, shit. Sorry, man. That's what happens when you bullshit.
No, like I said, there's no need to bring me on. I just letting you
Oh,
know.
no. No, no. I'm glad you did say something because I didn't even notice your ass down there. What's
Wow.
going on? How are you? That's
Good, man. I'm glad to be back in the States. It's been
I,
crazy.
I know. I thought maybe they ended up putting a tariff on your ass to get you back because they'd be an import.
No, they'd probably pay the country to keep me.
Well, I don't know. I know where you were. They probably wanted your ass out.
Oh yeah.
They
You
probably
said
wanted.
you said you were going to be drinking some of my whiskey, so I thought I'd at least jump on and
Oh,
maybe
okay.
share it with you. No, you don't do it right now. Just whenever.
Well, hold on. Let me
Okay.
let me get up and take a look. I'm not going to show everybody my ass, but now that I got a co-host for a few, I'll stop my camera. But people can hear me.
Yeah.
Hold on, it's up here because I actually came across it. I'm like, where the heck is that sucker? Oh yeah, there's one. Shane, Liberty Pole.
Oh, that's a gnarly one.
Oh, oh yeah, he knows now.
That's a
That
gnarly
is
one.
not Story Times whiskey. Let
That
me
is
just
not.
say that is not. But that is from my home state.
Yep. That was
Mhm.
a peated bourbon from
Yep.
Pennsylvania, man.
Hold on. Hold on. I got it here. I
Cheers,
got it.
everyone.
Here we go. Let me get it here. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let me put this one back up here. Okay. So,
Got you, Cora.
ah,
All right,
boom.
what you got? What you got?
Okay. All right. So he knows where I got it from,
Mm.
as in, because he dropped this off. So this one is going to be Backbone the Forge.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a
Really
good
good.
one.
I haven't had that one in a while either. So.
Yeah, go on, get that sucker out. I got a nice little taste here. Go ahead and get it out.
Such a good bottle. If you have not had Backbone the Forge, I highly recommend you go get a bottle. They're very affordable and they're super delicious.
Yes, yes, they are. So I'm going to kill that sample because this is
Yep.
Shane's whiskey. So there's the bottle it came out of.
Yep.
So I can tell you, I literally am drinking the same whiskey right now. And so,
Ooh.
oh, there we go. Okay, okay, okay. All right, let me pour that. Let me pour that little drop in here. Make sure I get every bit of that out of there. But Shane, cheers, brother. Thank
Cheers.
you. Yes.
Best whiskey's your friend's whiskey.
OPs, other people's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Now, see, this got some balls. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with Red Wind Pro. I enjoy that whiskey because I already know what it is. I know what I'm getting into. But I'm a proofy bitch. And I need 100 north. And this has enough proof, but yet it doesn't burn. It has some spice, especially on the finish, how it rolls through. I mean, oh my gosh. This is nice. This is nice stuff. Really, it is.
It's really similar to the Old Carter American. It's kind of in that same vein. It's a light whiskey bourbon blend.
Mm-hmm.
So it has that extra sweetness that you get.
Mm-hmm.
The nice oaky.
But you know what? The oakiness on this is not overpowering the flavor.
Oh, yeah, no, not at all.
It is not overpowering the flavor. You get it. You get it on the tongue. You get it on the palate. But it's sweet right off the bat. It's sweet right off the bat. And I would not call this 110. You might get me to say 98, 100, 102, you know what I'm saying? But I would not have ever pegged it at 110 in the blind. And you know what's funny? A few weeks ago, I didn't even think about it, but I threw the notes away when we did this with Whiskey Shits.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I looked at it and I'm like, oh, crap. Why the hell did I save this? Chuck. I would have loved to have pulled out and go, what did I say? What did I say? But Yeah, this thing does not. Hey, Mark, cheers, brother. Cheers. That's right. And if none of you here are not
Mm.
subscribed to Northwest Bourbon, I don't know why, because you should be. And last night, was it last night or was it the other night? Shit, I forget. My days get run together. But he does his veterans stream in support of all branches of the
Mhm.
military. Any veterans? Um, it's something that I look forward to when um, it doesn't fall on the day of the week that I got to get up at 2:30 in the morning. But anyway, yeah, you guys got to go and subscribe to it. Great
Mm.
guy, great reviews, good bullshitter, good time period. Just a good look, and still serving member of the Army.
That's
So
fantastic. Cheers.
always appreciate our veterans and the ones that are still serving now. Cheers.
Mhm. Richie Z. It is a bourbon and a rye, but it's also light whiskey. It's all three. Whereas the old Carter is a bourbon, a weeded bourbon, and a light whiskey.
Okay, Josh, hold on. I will confirm it. Make sure everything got where it needs to go. Yep, got it, man. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Yep.
So, Anthony, this one is a 5-year bourbon, a 6-year rye, and a 14-year light whiskey.
Ugh. I like the spice that's on the finish. I mean, I just do. That's why I like the smoke wagon, because it uses the high rye. It's like 36, 39%
Yeah,
rye in there. Love the cinnamon. Love that spice. A little bit of a heat with the whiskey. And like I said, I like MGP.
right.
So, and the standard um, smoke wagon, the straight bourbon is 92 or 93 proof. So
Mm.
it's not up there, but it is a nice sipping whiskey. And I probably have 8 to 10 different bottles of it, just because they came out with like a Halloween, a Christmas, and then during COVID, they ran out of their dark bottles. So they just
Oh,
started putting
yeah.
them in the clear ones.
Yeah.
Nothing special about the juice. Nothing. They just needed bottles because they couldn't keep up and they were out, and they placed an order, but it would be a while before they got there. So long short of this, they just came out in clear bottles. Don't ask me why I'm saving them. I bought them. They're not
Hey, you
special.
know, I've
Yeah,
got a couple
exactly.
up there. I've got a couple up there. I haven't opened. Same thing.
Yeah,
Like the
they're not
4th of
special.
July one and a Halloween one
Yes.
that were clear.
Hmm.
I just leave
Yeah,
them.
they're not special. Anybody? Yeah, they're not special. Mm-mm. They just started to make a couple of bottles like that, and that was that. But there was a reason that they switched from the darker bottles to light bottles for just that period of time. But yeah, yeah, no, nothing special about it. They're not worth more than what all the other ones
Yeah,
are.
35 or 40
Not
bucks or whatever it was. Something like
20.
that.
Let's see. The straight bourbons, like let's just say $30. The
Yeah.
small batch is around 55. The uncut unfiltered is about 75. I mean, it just depends on where you are. You can go up $10, just because of where you are and taxes or whatever. But it's still reasonably priced. And that uncut unfiltered, I really like it.
Yeah.
But that's why I have not went to in a minute, only because I don't have a bottle open, and my batch is like from when I still had the paper stickers on the back.
Oh, is
Batch,
this is an uncut unfiltered?
yeah,
Oh yeah, I think the
like
one I've got over there is like batch 46 or something like that. It's a
no,
really low
mine's
batch.
lower than that.
Oh
It
wow,
could, yeah, it could be in the 20s,
holy moly!
30s, yeah, yeah, and it really people isn't special, but Shane just knows what I'm talking about because of the paper sticker they put on back there. Hand wrote
Yep,
it, back,
yep.
batch such and such 26, batch 27, batch 46.
Mm,
That's yeah.
that's wild.
Um, yes. Now they do A, B, and C, so you know what release it is. But anyway, when I say A, B, and C, um, first release, second release, third release. At least that's what I'm trying to remember Aaron said. But anyhow, yeah, yep. But anyway, so what are you going to be doing, Shane? What is coming up with story time?
Oh
Let's talk.
man. So, well, that we got the inaugural bottle getting bottled. It's I think it's going to be this week, this coming week. If
Mhm.
not, it'll be the week after. I'm trying to get the schedule figured out, but that'll be the 15-year, turkey Buffalo Trace turkey barrels we got. And that stuff is so good.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's what's coming. And then I got another. Then the next story time bottle will be a 10-year MGP 36% rye, and I was able to get my hands on a barrel that was, I mean, just stupid exceptional. What's cool is it's at the barrel proof. It's at 103, and it's 10 years old. So it's got this crazy amount of flavor and finish for such a low proof, and it is absolutely smashable.
Oh
And
yeah.
the beauty of this thing is, that bottle's going to be around $70 for a 10-year cask strength. So I'm super excited to get
That's
that one out.
super reasonable.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I always have a rule of thumb: $10 a year.
Yep. And if you can beat that, then I think we've got a good product, right? That's what I'm.
Ah,
So I was super
exactly.
excited to get my hands on that, especially after like the last couple have been really high, and it's just because the market was kind of there. But
Oh yeah.
now it's starting to, the pressure's coming off the market, so I can get some really good barrels at good prices, and we can get these bottles down where they need to be. But
Oh,
even the 15-year turkey is, I'm $50 cheaper than about everyone out there, if not more. It's almost
mhm.
everyone's over $300 on that thing. So
I can honestly say, as long as I've known you and drank Storytime whiskey, I always thought that you honestly have been reasonable on the prices. And this is backstory. But when Shane was thinking about this, because we talked, that was one of the things. He didn't want to get stuff that was so outrageously priced that people could not enjoy the whiskey, basically because they just
right.
could not afford it. So, and this is not bullshit. I'm telling you what we talked about back in the day, and we're going back years, when Storytime was kind of just floating up in the clouds. And Shane put it all together. So, but he has not had stuff that has been, you know, ridiculous prices.
Yep.
And I mean, I really mean that. I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's ass or Shane's ass or anything like that. It's the truth. So, he's always come up with some good whiskeys at fair prices, people. And as I always said, it's harder and harder to find whiskey that you like at a fair price anymore.
Yep.
Especially, I'm just using the $50 price range. It's just what you can go to the shelf and get right now. You're not finding short story time on the shelf, but
You will soon. It's coming.
I I didn't want to say that, but since you did, so it is happening.
Yeah, that's so this 15-year. You probably won't see it because there's only about 175 bottles that are going to be out on it, but it will
Mhm.
be in a couple liquor stores. But not very many because most of them are going to get bought up by the Authors Guild. So everything that we
Oh,
do, the Authors Guild will always have first access to.
yes, yes.
So, and then any overruns. So I'm going to put a couple cases. There's a liquor store in California that wants a case or two. And then there's a liquor store here local that wants one. And then there's one up in New York that wants a case, and one up in Maryland that wants a case. So,
And from where Shane is, pretty much everybody's up.
yeah.
Everybody's up.
So I can
But
tell you, you buy it from them, you're going to pay a lot more than what you pay the Authors Guild because they're going to
mhm.
be charging over 300, which is where all those bottles are. I mean, you look at any of those 15, 16-year-old, Turcolos or whatever the hell you want to call them,
Yeah.
and they are all over $300. It's ridiculous, and it's really good. I will tell you, the particular one we're doing is a blend of two barrels.
Mhm.
And the two barrels were fantastic by themselves, but when I blended it together, it was like mind blowing. And then I the comparison was the Russell's 15, and
Mhm.
it beat the Russell's 15 in a blind.
Ooh.
Several people have done that same thing, and it's no one has picked the Russell's 15 over the two. So I was like, okay, I felt like that was the right way to go, because I was going to do the two single barrels.
Mm-hmm.
But when that blend just is so good. So I was like, okay.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Yep.
I'm so glad that it's working out and you got a few in there. And I mean, really, I am. I'm just, one, glad to talk to you. Glad you popped on.
Dude, are you
Glad
kidding
to
me?
be
It's been too
drinking your
long.
whiskey. Glad
It's
to
too
be
long.
drinking your whiskey.
I
And
might
just,
have to get into some Christmas just in honor of you, and I haven't drank it in so long.
Shane, okay. Everybody knows I talk about Christmas, and I really do. But I've never been a person that likes a flavored whiskey. But Shane told me about this, and another real good friend of mine dropped off a sample, and I poured that at my father's house on Christmas a couple of years ago. And let me tell you what, I have never tasted a chocolate whiskey before this, because and it's not chocolate flavored. It
It's
wasn't.
not.
It's just how it developed in the barrel.
You would swear it was, though.
I would look, but I know who put this together. So, and I know he added nothing to it. That's how it came out of the barrel. I was speechless for a few minutes, because I'm like, somebody's screwing with me. I had never tasted flavor like that before in a whiskey ever in my life. Ever. It was so natural. It
Yeah.
was so silky. It was so creamy. It, it I swear,
Hang
I
on,
looked
hang
at
on
that
one second.
glass and I thought,
I need to
go
check
get some.
something. I need to check something too. So
Yeah, but
hang
go
on.
get one, because you want to pour it. But let me just finish this. People, I'm telling you, I could not believe the flavor in that whiskey, how good it was. I I didn't have any words for a bit, because like, holy smokes. And people would tell me about this whiskey that I know. I mean, ring me up and talking about it, so on and so forth. And oh my goodness, was that some whiskey? I mean, I know to tell you about it and you can't taste it, I got it. But that was the most
I've got a dilemma.
mind-blowing experience.
I've got a dilemma, Anthony.
You have a dilemma.
Here's the dilemma. I don't have a bottle of it here open, but I do have a bottle closed, sealed, unopened.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's the thing on the back. Once you turn, like, what the hell's on the back? That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But rather than open this, honestly, buddy, I think I want to send this to you. I know you love this whiskey so much.
Are you shitting me?
No,
Well,
man.
I know
I'm
you're
dead
not
serious.
shitting me. You never shit like that. Sorry, I know that doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna box this up and get it out to you, buddy. I know you love this whiskey so much, and
Dude,
it would be a shame.
I tell you what, I'm freaking excited over that. I am freaking excited over that, because I'm telling you, people, I will share it, because if I don't share that with other people, that's how story time is. That's what story time is about.
You got
people.
it. And they'd never believe you if you didn't.
So, trust me, people are going to get some of that, so they can experience that, because there is no more. There is whatever people have on their shelf now, there is no more. And he said he is so sorry he can't repeat that. He may get close, but it's just not going to happen. Well, it will always be something close, but it's not going to be that. Now I'm excited. I'm really excited to get that bottle, and I to keep up the tradition of story time.
Thank you, man. That's exactly what I would expect you to do.
And oh yeah.
I didn't think anything less. I knew if I sent it to you,
wouldn't. I know you wouldn't, and I hope you didn't. Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that wants to just hold that thing and press it. I mean, I am so excited, but I will say this, people. When I tell you the damn thing is good, the damn thing is good. Oh my God, I am so excited. And I know I could, I know I could sell it because people would pay that, but I'm not going to. I am not going to. I mean, people offer me money for my GTS, my Stag, my uh, Elmer T. Lee. When I open the damn things, I give them out. So my
Right.
GTS, I have about that much in the bottle, and I've had 2 pours out of it myself. The rest I sampled out. I've sampled out. You know, I had the experience. Give it to somebody else who may not be able to get the experience. And like I said, Storytime was founded on that principle. Shane thought about this before he did it. And again, not because Christmas is coming to my house, but anyhow, it's what he started. He has stayed true to that from day one, and he has not wavered about how he runs this story time. So anyway, thank you, sir. And you know what? I got to get some more Shane's whiskey real quick. Like I said, I'm going to put my camera like this because, like I said,
So Torup asked the mash bill. So here's
oh,
the story behind this one, which is actually a really Nick. The story behind this. This is a 16-year-old light whiskey that was then finished in a Toppling and Goliath barrel. That that particular barrel was an Elijah Craig 12-year, barrel proof, or what Elijah Craig barrel proof barrel, and wow, it just turned out amazing.
yes, 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 yes. So you probably don't have any more of this, but you finished that one because you're not going to do it. How about the Woodford Reserve
Mm,
batch proof?
mm.
Yes, 118.4.
I got it.
You do?
Is it one? Yeah, 118.4. I think so.
Yep, yep. Now, I'm not a fan of Woodford by any means, but so Shane dropped off a flight to me in whiskey shits. That's it. Hold on, let me highlight you there for a second. Hold it up. There we go. That's it. Okay. And this is the same whiskey he's drinking as what's in here. So he dropped it off to me, and then he was up in Utah and he dropped it off to Shane or Shane. Jeez, oh man, Shane dropped it off to Adam. And so we did a blind together, and it was a battle to see if we could figure out what this was or what that was. And I got a funny story I'll tell as soon as I pour some of this whiskey. But so people have always heard me talk about Still Austin. Still Austin was the whiskey that brought me back to Texas whiskey. So one of them was the Still Austin cask strength. He put in there, and I'm sipping that thing, and I'm like, what is that? What is that? And I knew the taste, I knew the flavor, but I never thought he would have put that in there. I never would have thought. And I'm thinking, like, I know this taste. I know this taste, but it never crossed my mind. So once it came to the reveal and we looked at the stuff, I'm like, son of a bugger. I knew it, but I didn't call it that. I don't remember if I got the Michter's. I do believe I got the Michter's right one because I've got the Michter's 10 up there. I think it was
Yep.
the rock. But anyway, this is the Woodford Reserve. But yeah, he snuck in a Still Austin on me. I'm like, boy, I know this. I know this. But I really didn't think he would have put that in there. I
Yeah.
really didn't. I know he did like Still Austin, especially the cast strength. But anyway, so cheers to you, sir. Thank you.
Here, I'll pour mine right
Thank
now.
you. Hey, thank you for Christmas in April.
Hey, no kidding.
It's usually Christmas in July, but you know.
All right.
Mm.
Cheers.
Mm.
As you can see, that's definitely one I have not been into for a long time because it's still almost.
And you know what's funny about this higher proof Woodford? Late in the finish, and it's not bad, but you could tell it's Woodford, you know, when I get it. But this is much better than pretty much anything else they've thrown out that I've gotten to taste lately.
For sure.
I just like the way that was.
Oh my. Mm, 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 mm. So I think Corp mentioned he's got a couple samples coming from me and stuff. So now that I'm home, I'll be home this week. um, so I'm going to get a lot of stuff shipped out this week, and I think there's a few bottles I got to get out. But like I said, the exciting thing really is getting that 15-year put together. Just it's it's 4 years in the making. So
Well, it takes time to
finally
make
got it out there. Yeah, it does. And I mean, I could have done things sooner. Could have jumped the gun, put myself financially at risk and things like that. I just wasn't willing to do that because I wanted it to be sustainable. And I took my time and made sure I had the right people involved. And in the end, here it is. And it's just I'm excited, man, and excited I'm going to follow it up with a 10-year that's going to be below $80. Like that to me is freaking awesome.
Well, yeah, I have to agree with you there. It certainly is. It most certainly is. And that is going to be an exceptional whiskey, and particularly what everyone knows, you get a good 10-year whiskey, what it would go for.
Right.
So you can't beat that. That's for sure. But
man, this is a really good whiskey. It truly is. It's not worth the price they're charging for them now, right? Because they're like well over $150, I think, for these Masters collection.
And that's
a really good whiskey.
It is. But we've talked about this a couple times on the stream, is that you get to a point on whiskey where it's good, but the price then makes it where it's not 150 good or it's not 200 good.
Yeah.
You see, it's good. And I've tasted many picks where I thought they were good. But when they told me, oh, this 169 or, it's 159, 189, whatever the price was, and it's like, it just didn't make me want to lay down the presidents and go, yes, this is good enough to make me want to put the money down and go, I want to explore this. I want to try this.
Yep.
And see how it develops over time when it has a chance to open up. And yeah, I'm that selective now. Been on a couple of different picks and got to try some stuff like at other places before everybody else. And you know what? It's good. It was good. But when they, told me the price, whatever, of course, you don't want to like, oh, are you freaking kidding me? I thought you wanted to sell it. But it just wasn't there. To me, it just wasn't there. And then there are people that are going to buy it because of who they are when they pick it. They trust their palate. But you know what? I'm sorry. It comes to a point where if I'm going to spend, 150, 175, let's just say $200 on a supposed to be a 10 or a 12 or a 15-year-old pick, look, that juice better be some juice. It better have some flavor. It better have some depth. It also should have a decent finish on that whiskey that brings something else back towards the end, other than just fall flat.
Right.
And maybe it's just me expecting too much. I don't know. But in general, it's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm just getting a lot more selective.
Dude, and I encourage everybody to be that way. We need to be that way. We need to force these distilleries to be more realistic with their prices and stop buying into the hype of it and saying, look, Wild Turkey 101 is still a fantastic bottle. I don't care who you are.
It is.
And it's $25-$30.
And it's still made.
Still made every day.
Every day. Every
So
day. Yeah.
we
I'm
we
just
we
saying.
kind of did it to ourselves. We let FOMO drive a lot of this stuff,
I just talked about that a couple of weeks ago too,
yeah,
fellow.
we
Yeah.
we did it to ourselves 100%.
Mhm.
But that's
Hmm.
okay. You know, it's just we now the market. Of course, there's a whole lot of influences going on right now, but in general, even before all the bull crap politically happened, the market was softening. Barrel prices have dropped. You know, all these distilleries ramped up like crazy, added
Mhm.
stills, added capacity, rick houses, the whole 9 yards, and then they were just the glut is real. It is very real.
Mhm.
Um, you know, I don't know if you remember, like in COVID, the big threat to whiskey was actually the barrels, right? That was the narrative that was coming out. I was like, hey, these cooperages cannot keep up. They can't get enough wood, and they can't keep them long enough, right? They're that's the other thing is, and so some of the stuff that came out, like I would say, the next couple of years, the stuff that
Mhm.
starts dropping is probably going to not be as good because the barrels didn't age as long outside, and so the esters aren't going to be there. So there's it's going to be a wild next couple of years in the whiskey world. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's something that everybody's talked about. Eventually, it reaches that peak,
Mm-hmm.
and they enjoy that peak for a while. But it's like anything. You just get to that point where things are going to just plain drop. And now with everything that's going on, again, we're talking about the political BS.
Yeah.
Um, that has halted some of it, and now they've got all of this product, and they need to move it. And again, you're hitting on topics I've touched on over the
I'm
last
sorry.
few
I've
weeks.
I've been out of the country, so I
No,
missed it.
that's all right.
Sorry.
It's all good. But you're stating fact that it gets to the point to where, okay, now we've got all this stuff sitting in these warehouses. They've got to move it. They've got money literally on the shelf, and they need to move it. Where before it was moving really well, and they
Well,
weren't they weren't
I,
hurt. In other words, they knew how long it was going to sit. They knew their turnover, and they're fine with that, and they were making. But now there's all this stuff going on, and then all of a sudden, well, you can't bring it into Canada.
yeah.
They're
Yep.
not. You're done. What they have got pulled, and it's sitting in their warehouse. Well, they damn well know what they got. They're going to
Right.
make money on it when they open it back up. But it's the thing about not being able to.
Ooh, I know
Um,
that guy.
so, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some prices come down.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too, man. I'm excited for what's ahead in the bourbon world. Um, it's going to be a little painful for a year or two, I think, because what's going to have to happen is prices are going to get adjusted. Like you look at what Turkey's doing now, right? In general, their prices have been climbing. Even Buffalo Trace is had a substantial baseline price increase. Um, they're gonna it's gonna hurt them, and they're gonna have to make some adjustments because the inventory is just too great.
Oh yeah,
I
oh
mean,
yeah.
you think about this. You think about like this 15-year, the Russell's 15-year that came out, right? And
Hmm.
how much they charged for it. And they released 400 barrels into the open market. 400 to the open market, and all of them got bought up. They all got
Hmm.
bought up, and they got bought up for good money. But given the pricing that they had, they could have made way more money, I think, had they bottled them all. But they knew there was no way they were going to get that many sold because 400 would have produced probably around 40,000 to 50,000 more bottles. And
Hmm.
the Russell's 15, I mean, I would say 60 to 70% of the people that wanted one got one. So you put another 40 or 50,000 or even 60,000 bottles in the market. And then all of a sudden that thing tanks and they lose some prestige. So they did it smart. But if you think about when in the height of COVID, when everyone was going crazy for bourbon, there is no way they would have done that. They would have sold every one of those as a Russell's 15, and they would have had no problem.
Yeah. Well, you know what? they looked at the market, and I think they had a little foresight and thought, you know what, we're better off to take what we can. Let's dump these
That's right.
barrels. We're going to make money on the barrel. Let someone
Yep.
do with what they want with the juice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's such an unusual thing, right? Because so turkey distills at I think at 118, somewhere around there. And when Buffalo Trace did this distillation run for them for 2 years, I think it was a little over 2 years while they were getting a new still installed. Buffalo Trace distills at 125 proof. So it was the turkey mash bill, right? But it was distilled higher than what they distill it at. So that's why it's so different from a standard turkey profile. Let alone the yeast and all that stuff too. But it's when it's coming off the still at 125 instead of 118, it sounds like that isn't much, but that has a huge impact.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. But I do look for there to be a bigger correction in the whiskey market.
100%. There's millions and millions of barrels, and the thing is, they can't let them sit too long. They sit too long, and they're going to start over oaking, and then they're wasted. So they've got to do something to start pushing this product out.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, it's less than 10% of all barrels produced of bourbon make it over 12 years. Less than 10%.
Yep.
So you put that in perspective, and we've got about 14 or 15 million barrels right now in the state of Kentucky aging. It's going to be hard. In about 8 years, it's going to be real tough to find 10, 12-year-old barrels. It's going to get harder because they're going to do something to get them moved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I agree with you. I agree with you. Man, like I said, this is probably really the only Woodford I've enjoyed actually just sipping on.
I agree. The batch proofs are the only ones that are worth it to me. Although I will take that back. There's one that I really enjoyed, which was the historic barrel entry proof, which was a very low barrel entry proof. So the end proof ended up being really low, but it's got a ton of flavor. But
I don't recall hearing about that one.
Yeah, that one was a really good bottle. Very unusual. Low proof, but a real flavor bomb.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I don't recall hearing about that one. I don't doubt it in any way, shape, or form, but that was a new one to me.
I've got it right over there if you want to see it.
No, I blame you. I believe you. I'm not doubting you one bit. Not one bit. Hold on, I got to get a little more of Shane's whiskey.
Oh no.
Oh,
you got another one?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Remember the Michters?
Oh.
No.
Wait, is this the 10-year bourbon?
Barrel strength?
Oh shit. That bottle's long gone, but I got a new one now. I got a new one. Got lucky when I was up in Kentucky, but that one that you have is long gone, and that was.
It's 115.6 Michter's barrel strength.
Yeah, this one's 110.6 that I got now.
That's okay. I'm gonna
but that
go ahead and pour this thing in there.
That's one of the best bottles, honestly, Anthony. It is such a good bottle, or was such a good bottle.
Yes. Yep. It was. Yes. He did try to do a test stream to see if he knew what he was doing. It worked. In other words, I saw him. I don't know if he realized he was actually streaming live on YouTube at the time. More than likely not. But I know he can. And you're right. 6 o'clock is Eric's debut on.
Yes, it is, Richie. They go in at like I want to say they go in at like 112 or 115.
Hmm.
I got to mute my mic because I got to roll up this door.
You should. I don't want you to roast. But yeah. So Livewire is going on. Mike is at his son's wedding. So Mike is in San Diego. And last week, when we were chatting backstage, Eric said that he would go ahead and fill in. And I'm like, you go. You go. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening. What's your temperature over there right now, Shane? Oh, there he is. Hold on. There he goes. Let's add him. There he
Sorry
is.
about that.
That's all right. You're okay. I'm like, I saw you sit down. I said, hey, what's your temperature over there?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you didn't move anymore. And I'm like, is it me? No, I'm still moving. I mean, it's live. It's YouTube.
Yeah. Well, it's what's crazy is the Wi-Fi router is like right over. You can see this tree. It's like right over the shoulder of that tree, and it's inside the house. So it's raining, and since it's raining and the door was down, my signal was starting to drop. So,
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Richie, that is exactly why those flavors are so nice and rich. I don't remember what batch that one was that he has, but it was from a long time ago. And this one is 24. But I think the one he had is from 20 or 21.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is a very, very special bottle.
Well, yeah, because I'm drinking the last drop known.
You are.
I'm drinking the last drop known of Shane's whiskey.
I hope you're enjoying it.
Oh, I am. I never make any bones about it. Drinking Shane's whiskey is right up there. That's for sure.
I was definitely born with it, Sean. Doctor pulled me out of my mom's womb by it.
So what I did forget about this, it's light on the palate is my description of it, but it finishes strong. So when I took that sip, I'm like, well, it's lighter than I thought. Then I'm like, oh, okay, here comes the spice. Yeah, here it comes. Here comes the finish. Oh yeah, that spice is just, it's going. It's still going. But it was lighter on the palate than I anticipated it on being from what I was trying to remember it as until I sipped it. And I'm like, wow. It's definitely oaky.
Yeah, it's and I think it's only 8 years. It's like a little over 8 years. So,
but it's definitely oaky. I get it on the nose. And definitely on the palate. But it's not bad. I mean, it's not off-putting. But you know you've got something in your glass. Now this, I definitely would have pegged it around probably 110. And I might have even hit 115 on this because it's spicy. It's not bad. It's just spicy. And like I said, when I took that sip, I'm like, my mind was not ready for what I was actually tasting because my mind had something else it was thinking of. And then when I went into it, it was like, okay, reboot. What is this? Because, yeah, it sent my palate all over the place. Not in a bad way. I was just like, okay, wait a minute. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting darker, richer. Yeah, on the flavor. And I'm like, whoops. I mean, really, it's like, oh, hey, rewind. What are we drinking here? I mean, it was that like, oh, yes. Oh, yes. But I like it. But it was, you take that first sip again, it's like, oh, shit. what was this? Michter's? Yeah, Michter's. So in my mind, what I was prepared for was not what I got on the palate. And I think we've all been there one or time, especially when you've sampled different whiskeys and you think you already know or you've had it before. So now you're set for what you think the experience is going to be like. And then all of a sudden, well, hell, that's not the experience.
Right.
Mm. But you get into that second, third sip, fourth sip, then you're really getting the flavors out of there. Definitely some leather on this.
Oh yeah.
And maybe it's just because it's sat in this bottle for a minute.
No, I actually used my my underwear to filter it before I put it in there.
Perfect.
You get that leathery.
Yeah. A little of that Vermunda cheese too. Yeah. Perfect. I told you there's a reason why I like Shane's whiskey. He spares no expense. He makes sure there's not one impurity in there.
That's right.
That's right. And this isn't Storytime whiskey. You get Storytime whiskey. Oh, he can't disclose how he takes care of that. That's a trade secret. But it's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thanks, brother.
Leather underwear. That's a good day if he's got underwear.
Exactly.
Oh, I stole too much information. Sorry, folks. I apologize. Oh, gosh. So I actually, I didn't physically see Adam recently, but I actually spoke to Adam because, he's only about 20 miles from me now. Maybe 25. What did you think about the... But yeah, he's literally, well, I'm north. He's South Vegas. So he's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's enjoying everything. He's happy. He hit his 1-year anniversary.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, he is doing well. That is for darn sure. Leather chaps. Yes. And he only wears assless chaps.
Of course. Of course.
Of course.
Too much junk in this trunk for non-assless chaps.
A lot of stuff, people. A lot of stuff. Uh-oh. Here's Grandpa.
Oh, my God. I'm gonna have to call the nurse. They obviously don't know he's gotten out of his
exactly. I've said that many times. Apparently they do not know he's escaped again. But since they've locked all the enemas up,
Yeah.
And they limit him to just one colon cleansing a week now. He used to line up regularly. You know what? Yes. He and I have spoke on that a while ago, back last September when Chris and Lil were here. And, but yeah, that's still a possibility. That's still a possibility. But, he's busy getting settled. Well, he's settled, but, he's working and family life, kids.
Yeah.
So he's really into that. Roger, cheers, brother. Great to have you here. Hope you're doing well. We're just
good old Randall. I love that guy too.
Drinking Shane's whiskey.
There are just so many amazing people in this community. They're just I would have never in my life thought that I would meet the people I've met through whiskey and just created real genuine friendships, like genuine friendships. I mean, you always have a few turds, but hey, we can all be turds once in a while.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've said that too. And I've talked about the community to others who don't really understand. They think they're a bunch of just guys sitting around in their underwear like Greg drinking whiskey. But we just say, well, at Greg's age, he's lucky. We're lucky he even remembers to put his underwear on. Yeah. So, but no, I tell him, I go, it's not what you think.
Right.
It is not what you think. I mean, there are some tremendous people within this community. Tremendous.
80-20 rule, right? 80-20
Yes.
rule. 80% of these people are just amazing. Just
Mhm.
amazing. And you have people like Nick Proman. Okay, he's in the 20% category. You don't want to be friends with that guy.
Okay. I'm going to bring somebody on, but I don't know how long he'll be able to stay on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I haven't texted his nurse yet.
Okay.
So he
Okay.
should be able to stay for a while.
Well,
As soon as you
I don't
said
know.
it,
I
I
think
knew.
you better have that ready to go because when I
Right.
bring him on,
I got his life alert button.
well, I'm just happy he's sitting down. Last time, remember, he stood up. It was embarrassing.
Oh,
I mean,
oh,
that's all I'm going to say. Oh,
I
hey,
love
Greg.
this guy.
I'm just here to give both of you a cordial fuck you from the old.
The best big brother I could ask for.
My work is done here. It's time to move on.
Come here,
How
little
you been, Greg? It's been too long since I've seen you.
Well, yeah, I was going to say,
You're okay. Come.
I was going to stop down, but then I don't know if you saw on Facebook, my brother gave us all gift certificates to Gia.
Oh, nice.
It says we were over there and we went over like a little bit before 6, and then Lauren brought the baby here at 4. So it was a long afternoon, evening.
Well, I'm surprised you're still up.
I am.
I mean,
Good
upright.
stuff. Drinking the good stuff.
Oh, get off of that
Oh my
bottle.
gosh. Hold on. Let me.
That's a good
Yeah.
bottle right there.
There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at that.
There's a dent in it too.
Hey, who produced that bottle?
Produced was Old Louisville. Well, that's MGP. That's
It
a
is.
10-year MGP. That was a single barrel we did for the Authors Guild. It's a little expensive. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the price point, but it is an exceptional bottle. Absolutely exceptional.
That's right. That was probably one of your more pricier ones that you ever had.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, again, I can't get away from it. That's what he sells them for in his store, and he's like, "This is what it's got to be." And so we're like, "Okay." Yeah. But I'll tell you, I wouldn't have picked it if it was not exceptional. It is BTAC exceptional. I'm not kidding. It is that good.
See, I have a few fans in the audience here. A few nice comments.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's Renee.
Is that? Oh, they're on to you. They know you're out of your bed. I got
you. That's right. The alarms are going off.
That's right.
You know what am I going to do? I can't win.
Hey, Top Dog. See, there's another one that woke up from his nap. Either that, he was trying to get Whiskey Nose production back up and running. Speaking of that, he didn't go live this week. I know something work came up, so he canceled Tuesday. I thought he was going to go Thursday, but I didn't see it.
Who's this?
Marty.
I think he's on vacation.
Who knows?
What's that?
I think he's at the beach or something, ain't he?
He's always at the beach.
Tell me what
I'm just gonna drink my whiskey.
I ain't,
I mean, I know where he lives. He's always at the beach.
He should be.
I ain't starting nothing. I'm just drinking my whiskey. I was working on something for an 8:00 meeting. I'll go back to. I'm not a troublemaker.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this. It's Five Fingers. I have not seen you for a minute, brother. I am happy to see that you're around. I'm going to have to let Scotch Down Under know that, oh my gosh, Five Fingers is around. Cheers, man. Thank you for popping in here and at least letting us know you're around. Great to have you here.
There was a girl at a club. There was a girl at a club at Myrtle Beach whose stage name was Five Fingers.
Whoa, 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 Greg, coming in
I
hot.
just had to.
I see you didn't take your medicine today. Jeez.
I know.
Uncut and unfiltered.
Wrong show.
Oh, sorry.
Wrong show. That's
Scotch
whiskey
Down Under.
uncensored.
That's right.
Okay. At his age, though, he confuses that stuff. You know.
Sorry, I thought this was Scotch Down Under.
Yeah, there's
See?
no whole part
See?
on that stream.
Yeah, Shane, we just got to do the best we can right now.
I know, man. I know.
Yes.
It's only
Eventually,
fun.
the orderlies will come and take him away.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the text ready to send. I'm just waiting.
Just
Wait for it to cross the
at the
line.
right moment to hit that button.
Look what Nick put in the comments.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And are you coming to visit? Is that why you came over? Is that why you came over? Well, I tell you what, since
I got to follow up with you tomorrow, Shane, with Jason too.
oh,
Are you getting ready to head out again?
Week after next, I got to go to Nashville and then Arizona. Then I'll be back for a week or 2 or 3, and then I go back to China, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Singapore.
We got the Matt thing though in May, ain't it? The 3rd week or something like that.
The what thing?
Thing with Matt in May.
Supposed to, but I'm probably going to have to send Roger in my place.
You gonna be out of the country? Yeah.
That's what happens when that W thing gets in the way. You know, Shane likes whiskey. He likes to eat. And,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
this is kind of like the swan song for my career before I hang it up and do whiskey full time.
Do does the company at least let you keep your frequent flyer miles, or you have to give those up?
Oh no, I get all those, all the hotel, all that junk.
That's
there you go.
Yeah, and I get to fly biz class, so that's nice. You get a lot of miles for that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I got to go on to my next little thing. And so one of the whiskeys that I have not had in a minute, brought it out, I think it was last week. And I'm like, because someone asked about it, and then we talked about it, but I think Greg knows this one, the Scarabus. And this is an NAS, but it's 46 ABV. But I tell you what, for around $50, $60, this is a nice scotch.
Ain't that like Highland Park?
I think it's got a little more peat than Highland Park.
Same.
Do it.
It's from Orkney though, right?
Yes.
Jeffrey Whack.
I know. Oh no. Hunter Lang. So yes, could they have gotten it? Yes.
I thought that was distilled on Orkney, but maybe I'm wrong.
It could be. That's what I'm saying. Yes, it could be. I don't know. It's an indie, but Hunter and Lang is the one that puts it out. And I'm just looking right here. And I probably did know, but unfortunately, no, I can't remember. It's been a minute since I last really talked about this. So let me get the glass to put it in. And this, like I said, this is an NAS coming in at 46 ABV. I think this is a total wine.
Is this your first scotch of the evening?
Yes, I've been drinking Shane's whiskey.
Hey, I just wanted to remind you, in about 7 minutes, Eric Thompson's going live on Livewire for the first time. So everyone go over there and make sure you support him.
Oh yeah. We're gonna go over there and see how he's doing. But I got to pour a little of this in here. But this I've liked for the money. It's an NAS, I know, but it's a nice. It's about if I well done. It's just a nice whiskey. It's light, but it's had flavor. It's got some spice to it. It's got a little peat. And I know some of you go, "Oh, peat, okay, girl."
Hey, Doc.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Look at this. Rob. Oh my gosh, in the house. Mr. Emanecker. Cheers, brother. Appreciate you. Always. Oh my gosh. Nice malty sweetness. Peat, and the peat does not overpower anything. It's just a nice trim and nice legs. Not you, Shane. Nice legs on the
My
glass.
legs are very nice. What are you talking about?
Well, I knew you would think I was talking about you, but no. This time it's in the glass. Here. It's in the glass.
You know, unless it's a sherry bomb, color's not a big issue with Scotch.
Mm-mm.
It could be a second or third use bourbon barrel, you know.
I'm going to tell you what. At 46 ABV, this is a nice Scotch. It's an NAS, so a little hint of youngness on the finish. Just, it's there. But it's got a lot going on. You know you're drinking a nice single malt. You know you've got some peat. You've got some rich fruit. And I'm getting like a custard. And I think the 115 on the Michter's there is kind of diluting me a little bit, but get a second sip here. Yeah.
Is that a bourbon?
For the money, you can't go wrong with this. This is a nice whiskey.
Is that all bourbon barrels on that one?
Yes. Hold on.
Looks like it.
Yes. Yeah, they're ex-bourbon. I'm looking at it. I'm almost positive of that. I haven't went back to this thing in a while. It's bet you this has been close to 2 years. I can't.
Hey, Anthony, I'm going to jump off here, buddy. Thanks so much,
jump.
man. I'm so glad I got to hang out with you.
Don't jump. I don't want you to break a hip.
I probably would. I'm getting older, that's for sure.
Well,
but hey, I will see you over at Livewire, right?
Yep.
You're going to be over there. All right. But thanks again for having me. Honestly, dude, you're the OG, bro. You're the OG.
Hey, just text me when you're coming over with that bottle.
Yes. You'll be seeing it soon.
Yep.
I'll crack one open with you. We'll crack them both at the same time, maybe on one of your streams. What do you say?
Cheers.
All right.
Absolutely.
I'll call you in the morning after I get off.
We'll
I got to finish this thing off, so I'll call you the latter part of the morning.
All right, brother. We'll see you.
And that's a threat. Who's going to call you? See ya.
Fucking win. Nice guy.
It was great to see him. It was great to see him. I don't get to chat with him or whatever. I mean,
fucking month at least, maybe 5 weeks.
Hey, you got to work. You got to work.
You know,
that's the bottom line.
And you know what the most interesting part is? I have the password to his bar, and I didn't go down one time.
If I'd fly in there, we'd be in the car there, sending him pictures
of empty bottles.
Of empty bottles. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You didn't want this one.
Not the stuff in the well either.
I know where all the good stuff's at.
That's right. And we also know what bed not to sleep on, the one that T-Rob broke.
I think I saw you. I was busy this morning. I kind of got up later. Like I said, I didn't go on. I just texted a little bit. They're starting. I'll have to text you. The one store up here, Scotch don't sell here like it does other places. Okay, so the one local ABC store is starting to clear out bottles and stuff like that. I got like I got an old Pulteney 15 year for 45% off.
You can't beat it.
Anthony was like $44 for 50 fucking Scotch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you got to buy it. Take my money.
And she said to come back next week. She may be marking down some more because nobody buys them. You know, everybody's bourbon nuts, you know?
Well, go back 4 years when you just couldn't get a decent bourbon at a decent price anymore. I switched over to Scotch. And so it's just one of them things. I just switched over and boom. That's what it was. About time you find that chalice, Chris.
Oh, this is my second one for the day already, Anthony.
Only the second one?
Yeah.
People, let me just highlight this. When you hear us talk about the ogre chalice, when Chris and I have a cup of coffee in the morning, and it is morning for him, that's a coffee cup for us.
Is
To,
that
to give you a relationship of the size of
Perfect.
is that what
Perfect.
is that a 20 or a 24 ouncer, Chris?
24, I think.
Yeah, it looks like a 24.
Mm-hmm.
That's like about the size of the pot that I used to have on my old drip coffee maker.
Sean, I hope you bought at least two of those at that price.
Let's just say one of the plunger coffee pots for a 2-cup actually doesn't fill this.
Oh yeah, the French press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a 2-cupper of that does not fill this chalice.
You know, I never think I've had one of them. What's the deal?
Good man, Sean. Good man.
Is it just a different way of pressing the coffee, or what's the deal with it?
Yeah. It just pushes the water through with a little pressure.
Yeah.
And people feel that and you know what? I've had it when I'd been camping and someone had made it, and my first experience with it. You just put it in the old percolator, you put it on the fire, you set your watch, you give it about 10 minutes, you look at that percolator and go, yeah, it looks dark enough, and you take it off, let it settle for, just a minute or two, and pour yourself a cup of coffee and just put it off on the side of the coals. Well, they pressed it.
20 years ago, I used to drink like fucking a pot of coffee in the morning and a pot of coffee at night and shit. That's way too much. But now I just get lazy, just do the Keurig thing, get the refill plastic thing so you don't have to buy the individual ones where they charge you an arm and a leg. You just put the grinds in the plastic Keurig cups and you get a nice 8-ounce coffee out of it and you're on your way 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it as good as a drip? Probably not, but
see, I can go eat. I have a Keurig that's a pot and a regular Keurig on the other side. I make a pot about 8 cups every morning, but 8 cups gets me 3 while I'm at home and then 1 for the road to take to work.
Yeah, I used to drink
because I don't do that 8-ounce crap.
No, I don't want to. Anthony has a chalice himself.
Yes, I cannot do 8 ounces at a time. I'm sorry. I just be getting up to get coffee all the damn time. I can't do it.
Because this is where we find it fun that I come on Anthony's stream with my ogre chalice, and he comes on Ken's stream with his ogre chalice.
I had my no foxes given cup today.
Yep.
On Ken's stream.
If you ever give up coffee, Chris, and put it on your desk, that might hold about 3 dozen pens. Have a pen.
Yeah, it just might. It absolutely might. JD, what's going on, brother?
It's just a concern. If I change this from coffee to whiskey, then I know I've got a problem.
I'm doing good, Anthony.
We know you have no problem going to sleep. Be no problem.
I don't drink coffee. I don't like it.
Hey, JD.
What's up, Chris?
I just don't understand it.
It's all right.
Yes, Drifting Drams coffee. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got the email, JD, on the Campbelltown Malts Festivals, I guess, of the Glen Scotia. What is it this year? Like a 8-year or 10-year or something?
It's
like
a 9-year.
9-year?
Yeah. But it's peated, though. So I'm curious.
Okay.
So not lightly peated, like really peated, supposedly. It's supposed to be compared to the 14-year-old.
I think they're back to like the purple color motif, ain't they? Isn't it this year's purple or something like that again?
Yeah. It's a girly color, but it's all right.
Yeah, I think you guys would probably like that.
Ooh,
Junk. It's junk. What's that? 9-year-old or 7-year-old? What?
It's a
store pick.
9-year. Yeah, it's the whiskey club pick.
Okay.
I was going to say, that's a single barrel, ain't it?
Yeah.
What's the proof on that thing, Chris?
48.3, so 96.6.
Okay, not bad. So Anthony, you said go back to Not Forgotten. I'm going to go back to my Glenn Farkas 15.
Oh,
Look at that.
look at that.
That's the one that's the higher AVB, right?
It's 46.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
other ones are like 43. I think the 15 actually,
It's
it's
an
not
old one.
available in the States. I don't think that one is.
Yeah, I got this like I think 2017 or 18.
Yeah, I think that the 15 year, I think is, at least it wasn't available in the US market. And
Yeah, that's when I
then,
bought it. I bought it here.
oh, you did?
Yeah, I bought it here.
Wow.
I
I
didn't
think it
bring
was.
it back. But there's no taxes on there. So yeah, I got it back.
I guess we could go to Sugar Kitty, but I think the other ones are like 40 and 43% ABV, and that one's higher.
Yeah, I mean I got a sample.
Well, he may actually be lurking. So he may pop in. Sometimes he multitasks with 3 or 4 other streams.
The only
So
higher
you never know.
Glenn Farkless I've seen is that 105 or something like that, you know. It's not
Mhm.
real, it's not aged real long, but it's up there in proof.
It's not real long. That's what we've been told.
Yep.
It's not the first time I've been told that, right? Yeah. Work with what the good Lord gave you. That's all I can say, right?
That's
What
right.
you got? Work with what
That's
you
right.
got.
Oh, you all right?
Me, yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Mhm.
Glenn Farkless is all sherry, right?
A sherry bourbon usually.
I thought they were all sherry, but maybe I'm wrong.
Because the ones I get in Europe are like they were sherry bourbon finishes.
Okay.
But I got a sample. When I bought so much alcohol, they gave me a free sample of a 10-year-old.
Huh. There you go.
What's the ABV on that one, JD? Like
40.
40?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only kind of the drawback is the really low ABV stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, Glenn Farkas is not my favorite company, but when they do have a nice bottle, they do taste good. When they're bad, they're bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you see my comment before, Greg, that last month when we were down at Starwood, we met a guy from Mooresville?
Oh, really?
EU. Yeah. He's a retired paramedic.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
Mooresville's, yeah, that's right up outside the speedway, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, where a lot of like the shops for the racers and stuff are in Mooresville. Most everybody at races has all their not all of them, but most of them are around here up towards that area in Charlotte area. Their shops are there, and then they live up on big huge homes on Lake Norman there up north of Charlotte, you know.
Yeah, we showed him a good time at Starwood in the tasting bar.
Nice.
I think we sat there for about 2.5, 3 hours after our tour.
At times you go back.
Of course, we had Simon Cinnamon Bob with us as well. So,
Oh, Simon was there.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, Simon was on a stream about a week ago, and that's the first I've seen Simon in over a year.
oh, Simon Del Vecchia, yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought it was someone different. Okay.
yeah,
sorry.
Cinnamon Bob.
Oh.
Simeon. So
Yeah, I don't know if it was Vix or somebody late that he was on there about a week or so ago, and I thought I was wondering about him. I thought, is he okay or anything like that? And that's the first I've
Yeah,
seen.
he's FIFO at the moment. He's fly out work, so further up in Western Australia. So
nice.
Well, I knew he's been working. I knew he took a job and he's been busy and
and he's been over affectionate to his cows and sheep. So
well, hey, where they send him, I'm sure it's expected.
Remember that
No,
once?
that's when he comes home.
That one stream that he had to keep changing his shirts, so he brought out that little like hanger on the coasters.
Yep.
He had all his shirts hanging out in that little portable closet or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Well, Glenn Farkless is different. I mean, you know, it's a different taste than most other scotches. It's almost, I call it, along the lines of a Campbelltown. Not so much the funk, but it's unique in itself.
Yeah. I've got a Glen Farkless picking here.
I don't think I think, you know, I'm not even sure I even have any of the aged bottles. Maybe I have one. I have that 105, which is that high proof banger. It's like a.
What year is it? They have a bunch of 105s with different
I
ages.
probably got it JD probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, okay, so just the core line one, the normal one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do make some special ones. I think there was some that actually came in like a fancy box, wasn't there? Wooden box.
Well, they have. I think the 105s. I think they go up to like. I want to say go up to 21-year-old age, but it's still 105.
Okay. Yeah, this one's not that.
10-year Glen Farkless.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Oh yeah, it's one of those picks or something.
Yeah. It's a 2012 bottled in 2010, but it's 51.7. So it's
I saw that. That's
solid fruit.
Yes.
I mean,
that's nice, Chris.
Nice.
Yeah, somebody put in here. I usually say "fuck off," but now I say that's nice.
That's nice. That's nice, Chris.
Well, most of my scotch is all picks from the Whiskey Club because I've forgotten to opt out for that month.
Mm.
I mean, there's a lot of good of those indie bottles. The only problem is they're just not available over here. You have to get them either on auction, or if you got some of the usual suspects over in the UK or England and a few places over there that actually ship for a reasonable price, you might be able to get them there. And there's a couple auctions over there as well, but most of everything here is just the core line stuff. And every once in a while, you'll see a Gordon MacPhail, you know, something like that on the shelves, but most of it's core line.
I do miss going overseas because I can get all the good stuff. Now I have to settle for less.
Yeah.
Got to drink bourbon.
Yeah. Or that shitty Glen Scotia.
Well, I'll be in the UK in September, JD, so I can always find stuff to send you a care package.
Maybe. I mean, that could always be a bonus. I just don't want. I know when you travel, you have limited space. So, and my wife, she's going to Europe anyway. She's going to less than 60 days. She'll be flying back to Poland. So,
okay.
I can get some.
Go ahead. I was saying, didn't some of those crazy high proof Blanton's bottles used to drop where you were at, like in Poland and stuff like that? Remember some of the stuff that used to not be over here? They used to be in.
Yeah, like from.
Well, Poland had its own.
Yeah, Poland has its own
red.
The first one came out actually was Warsaw Old Town, and that bottle was $350 when it first came out. In auction, I think they're selling for like $2,000 now because it's a beautiful label and it's high proof. And then you had some other Polish one releases too that come out every single year for the distributor, and they're all high proof too. I mean, they're beautiful color. They're blues and reds and purples and oranges and all this other stuff. It's still the same stuff. It's just fancy bottles.
Wasn't that one the one? I don't even know that they did one, that honey cask that they matured in. Didn't that drop in Poland maybe about 3 years ago or something?
Yeah, that dropped in Poland, strictly exclusive for Poland. Honey barrels.
Yeah. It was like straight from the barrel that they moved over to a honey cask and aged it in a honey barrel for a while.
I think it was $125, and I missed the cutoff point. I missed it by 1 point. I'm like, God damn it! Could have had for $130, give or take.
I've never seen it or had it, but that was supposed to be outstanding because it was up there too. It was like about 130 proof, give or take. Something.
Yeah, it was high. It was like I think it was like, I could be wrong. I think it was like 133 or 136 or something like that. It was up there.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a bunch of stuff in Poland that I'm going to be taking a chance out and see if I can get some of those. Like I have a Polish relief of the heck is it Berklotti. So I have a Berklotti special only for Poland, and it's a young age one, but it's like 62%. It's like ridiculous store pick.
Whoa.
So yeah.
So I'm not. Do they get all these crazy releases because these are deals they worked out a long time ago? So they get these special releases, or what's the deal with that?
Okay, so like if anyone wants Irish that's super cheap or a one-off, Poland has all the special releases for Irish, especially Bushmills. That's why Bushmills here and there. Like the 16-year Bushmills is like 50, 55 bucks max, and still to this day it's still the same price. 55 bucks.
Talking like the Blanton's releases that Maison do, the French one, the ones in Poland and stuff. Why does all those crazy releases get there and not here?
All the exclusive stuff, which is kind of big. But they specialize in the special products. They signed a 20-year contract with Blandons.
Okay, so they're committed to.
They've got 9 years into it right now, so they get about 11 or 12 more years, and they can extend it. So they get the first all of year.
And then, like all the stuff that they ship over to Japan, that's like real low proof. They don't like the proof.
Yeah,
isn't that like the 40 ABV stuff over there?
Oh yeah,
yeah. They prefer low proof but higher.
This is considered low proof, but it's a brandy. It's 70.
So like the Blanton's Black used to be a 8 to 9 year Blanton's. So it was a more oak forward profile, but that was at 80 proof.
Was the green one that went over there, or the Takata Red or something too, Chris, or the ones that they did?
The green was here, which was the 80 proof at 6 year, but it's now about a 4.5, 5 year.
It's a big thing.
And then what about that red one, that Takata? Was that Japanese or no?
Yeah, Japanese. There's a Japanese red as well.
Cheers, Vic.
Because the red one, because Poland's I think was sort of like a deep maroon label or something on the JD.
2024 was like I want to say like a purplish blue label.
Yeah.
That was last year's. This year, I don't know yet. It hasn't come out yet. So I have the websites. So because I want to get some more Bushmills, the Poland one and the tequila finish ones. They're super excellent in Poland.
Yeah.
And they're high ABV. Like I sent Stacy a sample of this. This is the highest Bushmill she's ever seen in her life, and I have it from Poland.
What's the ABV on that?
59.6 Bushmills.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I've never seen Bushmills that high ever. It's always been like, low 40s.
So what was that? Like a single barrel type thing or what?
Yeah. Yeah, there's I wouldn't say single barrel. I think they're maybe 4 or 5 because it was a special release for Poland because they use their plum brandy. It's a 10-year-old bottle, 2023 cask strength filter, 59.6 instead of exclusive for Poland release exclusive. So
yeah, because the Causeway, which I got last year, is the 49.1%, so it's just under 100 proof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but almost all their Bushmills are like 56 and above. Like everything they have specialty releases for Poland, it's all like 50, 55 and up. I'll say, be nice about it, which I love.
Yeah, I mean that's when you go looking at the Irish bottles. I mean that's the only drawback is you look at it, and a lot of it 40, 43%. And not that I've gotten into it, I only have a couple bottles, but the same with a lot of the Japanese single malt. I mean, it's rare when it even gets up to 46%.
Oh, I get excited when I get 46 anything that's Irish. Like, oh, 46, wow, that's amazing.
Yes, it is. 46 is nice, especially in an Irish or a Scotch.
Yeah.
I like it 46, non-chill filtered, no color added. That's what I consider the holy grail, the trinity right there, those three. But I don't care about color.
The one higher proof that I was asking them, I guess I think on Ken's about a few days ago, is what is that Nika from the barrel? They said that's Ben Nevis. They sourced from Ben Nevis. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good high proof one.
It's actually just a good whiskey in general, that Nika from the barrel.
Yeah.
But now,
try that.
It's easy as C note, where before it was right around $65.
They're $55 now. They jumped up to 65 when I left. maybe
That,
80.
that doesn't move much either. I'm gonna have to tell the lady at the store to put that on the clearance shelf.
Yeah,
You should.
51.4%.
Yeah, that's
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Greg, you can give him his Christmas gifts.
yeah, absolutely. I can see a hand delivery to Las Vegas in my future.
I was thinking the same thing, Greg. I really was. Mhm.
But the worst thing about the Nikas is that it's a really terrible bottle to pour from.
Mhm.
You got to actually,
Yep.
you've got to put a nip pourer on it to
Yeah.
be able to pour.
That's what I told Ken, Chris. It looks like fucking cough syrup.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like cough syrup, but a good one.
Yeah.
That's a prohibition bottle.
Exactly.
This isn't whiskey, it's medicine.
I have my prescription for it, so I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But they're only 500 ml bottles too. They're not.
Well,
you know what? If it's
the
like
ones we have are
it's worth it.
I think ours, Chris, are 750s and they're about $70 US. So that's probably about the same price. Maybe. I don't know what the exchange is.
They did have a special release here in the KO Wines. I think it was a 1 liter, a Nicky from the Barrel. It was a special release for 1 liter as a quote. I've never seen that big size, but it was also pretty penny too.
You know what? You're drinking that, Anthony. I'm gonna.
You gonna go get your prune juice?
Quarterly.
That's where we went to a Japanese tasting the other week, and it was all chichiba.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That
has a better cap than the Nika from the barrel.
Yeah, this was a screw cap.
Yeah.
Mm.
This was on clearance too. Like I said, they don't sell this single malt or the Scotch. So I try to stop by there just to see what she puts on the clearance shelf.
You have to. And you should say, look, email me or something. You know, let me see what you got and tell me the price. And,
you know, I think she has a sale. I'm just going to ask her. She works here. I'm going to ask her to just text me because I only live like 8-minute drive from the store. So if you're going to put something out, text me and I'll get it. And if you'll want it, I'll let you know what's on the clearance shelf.
Yeah. Well, you got my number. So since Marty's busy, if you talk to him, see if we can nail him down on a date.
Yeah, I've been asking him that. Well, I told him, I said, we got to get together on that. And I also sent him that thing he was doing before with that blind of bourbon.
Yep.
He's got like 5 samples of that too. So I have 2 sample flights waiting.
Mm-hmm.
But I already know what I'm going to do. As soon as you do this, I already kind of have an idea what I'm going to do for the next. I'll send that out. We can do that. If we do this in the next week or 2, then we'll do something. We don't have to wait that long. We'll do another one in like maybe another 3 or 4 weeks, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be over in February next year, but we'll be going to Cheech's meetup down in Florida.
Nice.
Where's Cheech at? St. Augustine, Jacksonville? Where's?
Yeah, up around there. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think he's north of St. Augustine.
Yeah, but I think he does his meetup down around Orlando.
Over.
Yeah.
Chris, you coming this year to the West Coast?
No, this year we're not going to make it to the US. We're doing Scotland and Ireland for Lil's conference that she's got to go to.
Nice.
There you go.
So we've got to go to Glasgow for a week for a conference. So we figured we'll spend another 2 weeks doing Scotland and Ireland.
You already made an arrangement, Chris, for your palate from Scotland.
Well, it's going to be interesting for Lil. I mean, I don't mind single malts. I'm just not into the. Although
now she's had a breakthrough.
Yeah.
So, yes, let's keep our fingers crossed now.
Yeah, she doesn't mind some of the single malts, but yeah, she's still very anti-peat. I mean, I don't mind some peat, but I just can't handle real heavy peat. still.
Nah, it's a process. You got to work.
What? Eric has a lady? Well, we got about 5 more minutes, and then we'll all run over to.
He has Colorado Whiskey Girl, whoever that is. I'm not sure who that is.
I don't know either. And but oh
Hey,
my god,
this is really good, Anthony. I mean, this is kind of like I think it's bourbon barrels. It's kind of got a nice like honey. You know this.
Mhm.
This
So it's not in the Mezzanara.
No,
So-
and it's this also is slightly peated as well.
Really? Well, is it because of the barrel, or did you say it's all bourbon barrel?
I think it's bourbon barrels, but it's also peated. They peated the malt. You know, it's got a slight peat.
So it's very light.
Yeah, it's not in your face kind of a thing. No.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you get like a Highland peat or something, I would put it somewhere like a Kilhoman or a Lechick kind of a deal. It's there, but it ain't in your face.
Haystack Needle. There
Is
you
that
go.
the new one or is that an old one, JD?
Yeah, it's a Chardonnay finish.
Is that one of the newer ones or that was an old one? Because they put a bunch of those out, and then nobody wanted them until everybody wanted them. Then they disappeared a couple years ago. You couldn't buy the damn thing.
Yeah, I got a couple of haystacks.
I think that's what MGP.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So hold on here 1 second. I got to show this because I just said I'm considerate. I don't want to show my ass. So this is one of my years ago I found it, and it's one of my. It's a 90 proofer, but man, this thing was really good for the money. And found out it was made by Redwood Empire. And I'll hold it up.
Oh yeah, they tossed a Total Wine bottle.
Yep. This is batch 1.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This is the first batch. I've had this as a backup for a minute. I've got an open bottle up there, I think, if I hadn't drank it already. But at the time, I think this was $30 4 years ago.
It's 35. Still sits on the shelf.
Yeah, and people do not touch this. But this is a nice whiskey.
It's good.
This is a nice whiskey. But this is batch 1. And when I had the first one, I'm like, oh my God, I got to find the batch 1. I kept seeing 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. And then one day I happened to go down there and batch 1, because I know it was good. I didn't know how 2 was, and I didn't know how 3 was. But for the money, people, if you go to Total Wine and you see this thing, this Triple R, it's a Russian River Rye. This is, you know what? Yeah, but it's got flavor. Mm-hmm. It's got flavor, and for the money, it's one of those ones. It's like, wow. So that's what I'm just saying. It's like I got to go get that. But yeah, you can't beat it, and it's still affordable. Still affordable. Well, we got about 2 minutes, and then we'll all go over to Livewire.
Yeah, I got a meeting at 8 and a meeting at 10.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on here. It's Andrew. ASMR Whiskey. Am I looking for this? Let me see what he's got here. Let me see.
Tell a cake?
Oh, guess what he just sent me a picture of? Hold on.
I don't know.
It's $54.99. $54.99.
Oh,
hold on.
Lagavulin.
Close. If it was Lagavulin, I'd be like, buy.
Probably Ardbeg or the Floridan.
No.
No.
What were we talking about?
Oh,
nice. Yeah, Nika, $54.99.
That's a good price.
That looks like that's Costco.
He's at Costco. Yeah, he's at Costco.
As soon as I saw the orange shells, I saw it was Costco.
Yeah. But that's
it's always a dead giveaway, no matter where you are in the world. It's Costco.
At Costco for $37. So
they got the Hibiki Harmony next to it, and
it's at $70
single malt. They have the Indri single malt. I know it's Indri, but I can't see the price. But that's what's next. So
you know what?
It's $55. That's good for Nika from the barrel.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing that Costco's in North Carolina don't sell whiskey because I've got a bad enough problem as it is. I don't need to be going into a
Yeah, they don't. They're not allowed to sell alcohol up here in my state because you've got to have a hotel license.
Remember the one guy that used to, he don't do it much anymore, but the one guy, remember Whiskey Mystery?
Yep. And
Used to do that.
Francisco area, yeah.
What's his wife's name? Shit.
So that was the Japanese tasting we had the other week.
Deepa,
yeah.
Yeah. She didn't, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Too much for me.
She didn't go on him, but he used to go into places, JD, like fucking Trader Joe's, Costco.
Oh, yeah, I saw when he goes on his runs.
Yeah, he don't do it much anymore. Sam's, Total Wine, all those places in California can sell booze, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all those liquor stores that in San Francisco that had those like Springbanks Dusties that are just awesome. Some prices high, some are like, wow, that's cheap still.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Costco's got the coral and stuff because they had the wild turkey there for $29.99. So
yeah,
the 70th anniversary.
When they've done grand openings, I've seen where people have gone in and got. Now, is it BTAC? No, but it's on a scale of 1 to 10. It's probably 7 to 8 allocation. You know how the allocated bottles that were really good at dirt cheap prices, like just as an example, 1924 for like $109 or something like
still
that.
Here, it's 119 for those here, and what they do is they don't tell nobody, and they put them on the shelves, like right on the shelf. They don't put anything behind anything. No. You just have to look for it.
Evening, Mr. Jiggs. Always glad to see you, sir.
But
they
don't always have stuff.
This guy JD had like a cart with at least fucking 8 or 10 really nice allocated bottles in it. It was an opening. I can't remember what it was. But it was at Costco.
At Costco, when it comes to that stuff, they limit it to one still. At least at my shop, at my stores, it's one per customer.
It may be one per bottle, but you could get one of each of the allocated shit. So he had like 8 or 9 different nice allocated bottles.
9 different allocations, but you can only get one.
Well, hell, I'll take that. And at Costco prices too.
Oh, yeah. All right. It's 6:32.
Let's do it.
8:30 on the East Coast. I know Greg's eyes are getting heavy, but we got to go over to live wire. So I'm going to end the stream.
Anthony.
I mean, you really. Oh, Andrew just sent me a text. He says, "I know." He says, "I saw it. He was lurking on the stream because he's at Costco right now." But that's what I love about him. He goes there, goes, "You want this? You want this? You want that?" All the time. And it's perfect. It's perfect because I'm like, oh yeah, take my money, please, take my money. So it's Venmo, PayPal, right on over.
That's anyway. Where I'm glad that you don't send me photos from that shop that we always go to with you, Liquor Lineup.
Yep. I forgot they have what the hell was going on? I have to go and look, but they've got another tasting going on. It's Liquor Lineup 3. So it's farther than the one that you know. When I say farther, it's just a few miles north. But anyway, long story short is it's just a new store. They opened up further northwest of that store. But same owner, all that stuff. But the guy I have a connection with from Total Wine went to the Liquor Lineup 2. And then when they opened that store, he took that store over. So I'd go up there just because he's there, because, he's just, his palate's good. He knows what's good. And you get a fair shake. I still go to the one right here because it's 10 blocks from my house. Not even that. Good people. It's just good people.
Is that?
I haven't been back in that museum store, Chris, since we went there.
Hey, Anthony, is that the place where Shane got me those old Caden heads?
No, I got you those.
Oh. Yeah. Is that the store that you got? That's the same store?
No. It's the same time frame. I haven't been back. I was talking about the museum store. I haven't been in that museum.
Oh, that was the other store, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
that's the one where
that's the one where you told him you can get that stuff cheaper in Oz. And I laughed.
That was the one where there was a free bottle shop out, liquor store out in the car park because Shane left the back door open in the car.
Yeah. Yeah. Shane left the door open, and anybody could have just went and helped themselves. Shane was so excited to get in there, he just left the door open.
I think one of the bottles, if it was you that got me, wasn't one of them. I had to. It was like a 23-year-old Cadenhead Highland Park or something like that.
Yes, that was from Total Wine.
25, something like that.
I ended up picking up like 3 or 4 of those for people.
Because that was funny when I was telling them that I pick up George T. The Stag Junior for cheaper in Australia than what they had it on the shelf, and we get bent over for that over here.
Yeah, and barbed wire and no lube. Yes.
Well, the lube is Dankarub, but you know.
Yes.
The lube's a bonus.
It is a bonus. All right, people.
It's just Dankarub.
It's time to go over to Livewire. Tell him I sent you. If he throws you out, I am so sorry, but that is just the way it goes. But it has been a slice. I am so glad we got to reach back and pull out some old whiskeys that we haven't had for a while. I really hope you have enjoyed them. And hey, don't forget about those whiskeys. You paid for them, so you might as well drink them. So cheers, everybody. Thank you to everybody in chat. Thank you to everybody on the panel. And I look forward to seeing you next weekend. Everybody have a good one. See you Sunday. Cheers.
Cheers, man.